Good afternoon, and Solama Xiang, all right, and Chao Bu Chao, is that right? But I heard some very impressive answers from for new product design, and actually I would say yes, you are right, but I would say no, you are wrong. What's going on? What's going on? So let's see this first. Is it a very good product? Who say yes? Who say no? Okay, I think this is very good product. But back to my first page. Let's from the first one. Later on, I'll give the answer for that product. But why I say you are wrong? Why? Since product is not equal to commodity. Okay, so let's go on. Let's move on, and then I'll explain why I say that. Okay, so product. Wait for me. Okay, product are output obtained from the production process. It's a value added from raw material, of course. Also, it's not a commodity or that the company sell to customers. So, in my memory, Michael is right. It's a long journey for new product design. But why you develop it for? Okay, the final is the product needs to be commodities. Okay, so what is product design and development? Let's use two sentences to explain. All process related to product existence, which include all activity ranging from identification of customer desire to fabrication, sale, and the delivery of products. Also, it's a part of innovation process that exists in the business world. Okay, maybe that's too general. So before that, we need to know. Last week, I explained why we need to develop a new product, since companies need to catch the growth of the annually. Okay, so some advantage happen here. The first one is financial objectives. Okay, the success of product design in the market will influence to generate a decent return on investment. And then sales growth. The creative or innovative product design will extend the product maturity cycle. So please, students, please learn what is life cycle is. Okay, since we are in different countries, so I don't know what's product, and then you know very well, and then you can see it from the newborn baby to the end of the product, the end of life. That's life cycle. Okay, and the third one is response to competition. Product's excellence, which is the result of good design, will be the winning factor in the market. And also capacity advantage. And the design of new products or the development of existing products can make the company expand its business so that it will increase the use of existing production resource. And product life cycle is very important. Every product will go through phase of introduction, growth, maturity, and the decline. That's life cycle. And then the final one is the response to environment change. But why I say something like Michael, Sebastian, Amelia, and who else?
Sebastian.
Sebastian, I mentioned his name already, and the lady who is Catherine, yeah. I say, and then some 3 of Vietnamese students, you are right and you are wrong, since it depends on in what kind of view you are seeing. So far, you are in the bird view, but maybe in the future, in the near future, you guys will be in the eagle's view. You stand higher and higher, you can see wider. Okay, so that's why something wrong here, since you just mentioned product, and then product design, you should include the industrial engineering knowledges, how to make a low-cost product, and then you can sell it better. Okay, so this is product development stages from Ulrich and Ippinger. I don't know how to pronounce it, but those 2 scholars are very famous. I think they are from UPenn, Wharton Business School, I guess. Okay, this is a famous book. The book they wrote in 2001. So the stage, the early stage, we call it the 0 stage, is planning. We have to proceed project approval and the actual product development launch process. At this stage, we should consider product development opportunities, not just develop it. We have to check, do we have any opportunities to make it successful? Okay, and then the first stage is concept development. Okay, we should identify the needs of the target market. That's why I mentioned that you are something wrong there, because you never define where is your target market. Okay, this stage we should generate and evaluate alternative product concept, and then select 1 or more concepts for further development and the experimentation. Okay, the second stage is system level design. We should define products architecture and the product descriptions into subsystems and components. In this stage, we had better finalize our something like our parts, or product layout, or function. We need to define in this stage. This stage will make the total cost we should spend. Okay, it means the cost is always very important relative to a product. Okay, and then the third stage is detail level design. The detailed design phase includes a complete specification of the shape, material, and tolerance of all unique components in the product, and the identification of all standard components purchased from suppliers. For an industrial engineering students, at the third stage is very important, since we should get into here and then start to plan how to make production. Okay, and the fourth stage is testing and the repair. It involves the construction and the evaluation of various initial production versions and of the product. Okay, the alpha prototype, we call it initial prototype. We have to test it and determine whether the product will work as planned and whether the product meet the main customer specification needs. And the fifth stage is initial production. The product is made using the actual production system. This stage, all industrial engineer should perform their ability, how to make it successful and then how to make it cheaper. And the products produced during initial production are sometimes tailored to be customer wishes and carefully evaluated to identify any deficiencies. Okay, which means quality. Quality is also very important. That's why I mentioned this. Is this a very good product? Yes, indeed. This very good product. It's this named rotator potato peeler. Okay, it looks high technology and looks luxury, but it was failed. It was sold $99.99 US dollars back up to 20 years ago. 19.99 cents. $19.99. But it was failed. It was completely knocked out by this one. We call it axle peeler. Okay, this one only $2.99. Okay, so as you can see, why this product is failed, since it's not a good commodity. No one to buy it. It's not even it's a good product, but nobody to buy it, since it's not easy to use. Even the reliability is not that high. Okay, so that's why people choose this. Okay, this is called axle peeler. Okay, so let's move on to here. What is commodity? New technologies and the new product are ultimately sold commodities. The so-called commodities refer to satisfying commodities value larger than commodity price. Can you understand what that means? The value larger than price. So on the other hand, the commodity value larger than commodity price, it must larger than commodity cost. Okay, only the paying customers can evaluate the value of products. So I don't know in Indonesia or in Vienna still have this or not. Long time ago in Taiwan, companies just hire somebody, stand on the street and then give free trial products. Something like a shampoo or something like rings or even tissues, but it's not anymore there. No free trial. So only when a commodity is fixed with a price tag and then appears on the market, the outcome can be determined. Okay, so we review this commodity price, commodity values, commodity cost. So how to find out target market? Basically, there are 4 kinds of categories in the world. People in category A, they think product value is much larger than product price. What that means? How many of you will spend maybe $1,000, even $2,000 to buy a bag? We call it bag. Okay, or who will spend maybe $10,000 to buy a fur coat? You know, I don't know if you know LV or Chanel. That the ladies' bag, it costs thousands US dollars. That's category A, since they thought the product value is much higher than the price. They want everybody look at him, look at them, look at her. Okay, so the second one is product's value larger than product price. Okay, I don't need to buy a Chanel or Bulgari or LV bag. I purchased Yung-Tsan. Yung-Tsan is if I remember, that's a brand name from Thailand. It's expensive, but not that expensive. Okay, so the third one is people will thought product value equal to product price. Only the price is right, you will buy it. Okay, and then the fourth category is people will think he buy products only the value is less than the price. What does that mean? It means people will buy stuff only on sale. Okay, or only on sale season. So price should not be added or subtracted based on the cost. Okay, since it should try to reduce the cost from the formula of commodity values larger than commodity price. So I will explain commodity values larger than commodity price. Starbucks coffee. It costs about $5 US per cup. But at that time, back to maybe 5 years ago, I was in Jakarta or in Aceh. I went to a coffee shop, local coffee shop. It just cost me $1. But why people want to spend five times money to go to Starbucks? Since they think Starbucks give you the best service, the value is there. No, they don't care the price. How about Nike? Whom of you don't have a pair of Nike shoes or Adidas shoes? Who? Raise your hand. Although I cannot see you. Okay. Since you think Nike, the brand name, the value is much larger than then the price. So you buy it and then you wear it and you use it in the basketball field, but it makes you feel good, and then it protects your feet. That's why you saw the commodity values is larger than the price. Okay, so 7, demands commodity value and the luxury commodity values. What product you are made, what commodity you are making. Okay, so this is an example. Brand name, popular shoes, something like LV shoes, ladies shoes. It costs you $500 US. The price is from the demands commodity value, maybe just $100 US, but the luxury commodity value, the store will add 400 on it. But after that, after out of season, the on sales price is something like this. The luxury commodity value 400 drop to 0, and then the demand commodity value still 100 there. So it is for sale for $100. Okay, so who will spend $100 to buy shoes? The second category B will do that, or the category C people will do that. That's why you need to identify the target market when you make a product. Okay, so that's important to identify the customer's need. Okay, be honest speaking, this course, new product design, if you want to learn the more than 50%, it takes at least 1 semester. In Taiwan, I teach this course. That's what can I say? It's a graduate level. Only graduate student can take this course. Okay, since there are many masters, for example, Kano model teach students, teach people how to find out customer needs. Okay, and then some industrial knowledges teach students how to make a successful production. And some method teach students how to design a good product. They are in different categories, in different fields. Okay, but in this course, since it's a undergraduate level, we will just introduce some methods to you, and then let you know there are many different methods and many ways to make a successful product. Okay, so that's the first one I want to introduce is Kano model. He is a Japanese. He's very famous professor in the world. He's still, I think he is still alive, and then at the age of almost 90, I guess. Okay, his full name is Nariaki Kano. Okay, the model is very famous, so I just introduce it briefly. So you have to, students, you have to go back to find out, to Google it and then learn it. He said customer needs can divide it into three kind of needs. The first one is basic needs. It is a consumer desire that is assumed to exist in a product, the presence of an attribute in the product does not increase customer satisfaction, and if the attribute is removed, it will disappoint customers. Okay, what's that? What is the example? Okay, let's see a TV. A TV. Everyone should think TV with remote control. That's the basic need. Is that right? Okay. So the presence of this remote control in the product does not increase customer satisfaction. But if the TV without a remote control, you don't want to buy it. It will be really disappointed, right? The second one is performance needs. Customer satisfaction is linearly related to the high work attributes. So if the attribute is not present in the product, it will be disappointing. And if it is present, it will increase satisfaction. What's that? A TV with a high quality speakers, then its performance need. Also the screen qualities, the evolution quality, that's very important. That's performance needs. But if a TV with remote control with very good evolution qualities, and then with a surrounding Dolby system speakers, that would be an excitement needs. Understand? So I use a TV as an example, but you have to think it. What is the best performance and excitement needs? Okay, maybe you can find out another good example. Maybe so that maybe is your homework, and then you trace a good product you used to see, but it was disappeared since the life cycle is end. And then you can think which famous product in your country, and then you can divide this product to be basic performance and its excitement needs. Okay, so some methods to find out, to fulfill customer needs. Therefore, there are a couple steps. The first one is collecting raw data from customers. Okay, so this step we can knowing who is the potential customers of the product. For example, the rotator potato peeler, they didn't do this step. They didn't find who will be the potential customers to buy the peeler. So, I mean, large company always conduct a survey for the desire of target consumers. Okay, something like Nike, Adidas, even Starbucks, they will conduct survey, not just once, many times per year, or at least once a year. But what's the difference? Since there are many factories in Taiwan, in Indonesia, even in Vietnam, they are making Nike shoes since they are OEM. they make Nikes for Nike companies. Okay, that's why the factory in Taiwan, the shoes factory, or in Indonesia, even in Vietnam, they don't make survey. But if you have your own brand name, you must do this. Okay, and then determination of sampling methods such as simple random sampling. So sampling is very important to make a survey. So at least you know what is statistics. You should know. You should learn. That's why I say most of new product design course is open only for graduate students. Since undergraduate student doesn't, they don't learn statistics very well. Okay, the second step is interpretation of new raw data into customer requirements. Customer needs are expressed as written statement, and then they are the result of interpretation of needs in the form of raw data obtained from customer. So the third stage is determine the relative level of importance. This step, the result of this step is a weighting for each attribute of the desire. Two ways can be done, such as data collection of team members based on their experience, and the customer surveys through interviews and questionnaires. So how to make a questionnaires for surveys is a tough knowledge. Okay, so the fourth stage, results and process analysis. You should learn how to analyze the data, result. Okay, so there are some methods for collecting raw data from customers. You can interview them, or you can use focus group method, questionnaire, or observation. And then if you want to use that, you should learn what is scoring scales. There are basically there are four scales has been used widely. One is nominal scale, ordinal scale, and interval scale, and ratio scale. Okay, but the famous one, and then is used widely, is Likert scale, the C Likert scale. Okay, I don't go through one by one for explaining this method. Please, student, you should learn it when you go home. Okay, since our time is so limited. Okay, interview, how to interview. That's easy. Just ask question with smile. That's it. Okay, so you should learn what is a good interview must meet. Okay, and then what is focus group? Focus group are group discussions facilitated by a moderator to discuss a particular topic. That's something like a brainstorming. Okay, so focus group are usually attended by 5 to 12 people and last for about 2 hours to discuss, and then focus on something we want to discuss it. Okay, then questionnaire. That's a list of questions to be asked for the respondent to consisting of raw and the columns to be filled with the answers. So in my experience, only graduate students make. So the contents of the questionnaire should have questions about fact, question about opinion, question about self-perception. That's why I say that that's not easy. It's not an easy stuff for questionnaires. Not just simple as you think, maybe yes or no. No, not that easy. Questionnaire contains a lot of statistical method in there. Okay, so the fourth is observation. Observation is easy. It's very easy, but nobody knows you are right or you make a mistake. Okay. For example, I think the rotator potato peeler. In my first view, I say, yeah, it would be a very successful commodities, but no, it doesn't. It did not happen that way. Okay, so observation may have mistake, but you never know. So you have to be careful. You have better to be careful to watch people's behavior. Okay, so for the scoring scale, I won't go one by one since we almost run out of time. Okay, so please use those 4 scales as your keywords, and then Google them, and study them if you are interested in them. Okay, I want to spend some time on the Likert scale. Likert scale, Likert is a very famous scholar from England. Okay, this scale measures attributes, opinion, and the perceptions of a person or group of people about social phenomena. Okay, there are a couple different scores. Okay, for example, agree always very positive, given a score of 5. That's just example. And then agree often positively score 4 or whatever like that. I strongly encourage you, if you want to use questionnaire, you choose Likert scale. It's good. It's much better than the other scales. Okay, so then we need to know how to interpretation of raw material, raw data into customer requirements. There are a couple guidelines for writing a customer needs statements. The first one is express the need as what should the product do, not how to do it. What should the product do? Okay, please read it when you go home, when this lecture is done today. Then the second one, express needs as specific as raw data. It needs can be expressed on several specific levels to avoid losing information. Express needs at the same level of detail as the raw data. Okay, the third one, use positive statements, not negative. Sequential change from requirements to products, the product's specification are easier to do if the requirements are expressed as positive statements. in your life, please always keep positive thinking. I told Rihanna when she just arrived Taiwan, right? Rihanna?
Yes, Professor.
Good. Okay. Even me, that's difficult to make things everything to have positive thinking, but I force myself to do that every day. Okay. So the fourth is express needs as an attribute of the product. Fifth is avoid the word must and should. Avoid them. Okay. The words must and should imply the importance of the need. The importance of each need will later be determined using a scale. The sixth does not have much meaning. Ambiguous. Learn it by yourself. I don't know how to explain that, but do not have much meaning. Does not have much meaning. And then avoid the word and. Okay, there is an example here. Teach you how to interpretation of customer requirement for electrical screwdriver product. That's your homework. That's your exercise. Okay, and then the second one is raw data interpretation for, I don't know how to spell it, rice washing machine. I've never seen this before. Okay, I just eat rice, but I never seen this washing machine. Okay, and then just study this. Can you go back? Maria, how many minutes I have left?
Still 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
Yeah.
You are kidding me. I'm so tired.
Okay.
I'm kidding, just kidding.
So we can continue with question and answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do my best. Okay. Okay. So there is a one step you need to do is organizing needs into hierarchy. In a very complex product, the needs usually break down into primary, secondary, and tertiary needs. Okay, and the primary needs are general, whereas the secondary and the tertiary needs are expressed in detail. Okay, I stopped the organizing needs here, since it needs a couple hours to explain it. So please go to find out yourself this time. I move on to product quality dimension. Dimension is always, and quality dimension is always important topic in industrial engineering. Okay, so what are they? What are the quality dimensions of a product? Basically, they are performance. For example, vehicle speed, fuel consumption, they are performance, right? What else? You can think about it. If you want to develop a new product, what is the performance it should be? Before this, I always say 3F or F3. Form, fit, function, right? There are many different cellular phone in every country. I don't know how many different brands in Indonesia. In Taiwan, there are more than 10 different brands. cellular form, but what is F? 3F, form, fit, function. Okay, as my knowledge used to be, I mean, very old knowledge, I mean, opinion. Apple iPhone, that form is fit from age around 30 to 50. But I was wrong. I have to commit that. Okay. The form of iPhone, maybe iPhone 10 or 8, it fits the age of 30 to 50. And then the function, the same form, the form fit function fit the age, the people from age 30 to 50. But at the minute, I was wrong. So far, you can see that the iPhone is a spatial one. It fits from age 10 to 80. But in other brand of cellular phone, you can see what is their phone fit, what the age range, and then the function. Not that many, but it's just enough, right? Even I have an iPhone, but I just use 20% of their function. Okay. Somebody X me out.
No. No problem.
Okay. Okay, but here the quality dimension, performance, features, reliability, and then conformance of specifications, and durability, and then serviceability, and what's the aesthetic, and the perceived quality. Those 8 factors are the quality dimensions. Okay, please read it and study it. Okay, so here is an example, teach you how to do a hierarchy of needs for rice washing products. Okay, so since we don't have much time, I'll go to the final one is sampling technique. Before that, you should know what is sample and sampling. A sample is representing a certain population according to the intent target market. Sampling is a method or technique used to take samples. I use sampling method to pick up sample. Sampling can save cost and the time. The best sampling is a sample that can represent the intended population or target communities. For example, how many populations in Indonesia? It's about
230 million.
230 million.
Yes,
okay.
Professor.
But I want to find out who want to buy rice washing machine. So should I make a questionnaire to ask 2,300 million people? No way. We have to sampling. We have to use sampling to find samples. So what's a good sample for rice washing machine? Should be household woman, right? So yes. That's sample. And then use what kind of sampling method to use. There are many. But before you learn this, you should learn some statistics knowledge. Okay. Basically, sampling have probability sampling and the non-probability sampling. I ignore the non-probability sampling. I will just say it includes some simple random sampling, systematic random sampling, and then stratified some random sampling, and then cluster sampling. Okay, a probability samples is a sample selected in such a way from the population so that each member of the population has the same probability of being sampled. That's tough to understand, I know. Okay, but we just give you a very briefly introduction here. Okay, so I just let you know some method and some idea, some concept exist in the field of new product design. It's a long way to go. I remember Michael said that's a long journey. Yeah, indeed, that's a long journey. Okay, and I won't explain this one by one. Okay, I hope you can read after these lectures. Okay, and let's move on to the sampling process. It includes several stages as follows. The first one is selecting the population. A good population is population that include all the elements involved. It usually consists of 4 components: elements, sampling units, breadth, and coverage, and time. And then the second one is selecting sampling units, choose sampling frame, and then choose sample design. And sample size is very important as well. Sampling design is a method how to analyze your result. Okay, and then selecting samples, and then sampling and data collection. You just read this guideline, and then you will know a little bit how to do. Okay, but this one determine the sample size. That's a basic knowledge here. Take all population, then know as a census. Then initiate the sample size from the same research. The third one, determine the corresponding sampling percentage. And we always use Yemen's formula to determine the sample size. N is equal to this. First, the big N, the capital N is population size, and then E is the error of margin. Okay, so the fifth one what I want to introduce is the random sampling. We always use this example. So use sampling formula to find out sample size. Every time you must do this before you want to make a questionnaire. Okay, that's very important. Use questionnaire to find out people's needs, or use column model to find out customer needs. Okay, and then you will know much better what is products, what is commodities. Okay, I'll stop here since I occupy too much time. Okay, that's about 1 hour. So don't blame me if I present too long.
52 minutes, Professor.
What?
52 minutes.
52 minutes? Wow,
that's a record.
Okay. So as I remembering, I just have 40 minutes to present, right?
1 hour.
What? 1 hour.
Yeah. No, it's okay, Professor. It's okay.
Let me sing a song to fulfill the 8 minutes. Okay, is that okay for you?
谢谢老师，我的老师很好。
Okay.
Okay.
So let me actually let me talk about a little bit. Next week I'll introduce define design for Six Sigma. Okay, and then September 22nd, right? Yeah,
Yes.
I will introduce trees. Trees is much more fun for it. Okay. Next time, just remember this picture. Okay. For the trees, maybe I'll give you some problem. Ask you to answer. Use your knowledge, and then to design a tool or a product like this. How to solve those problems. Okay. For example, a potato. Can you see the picture here?
Yes,
Can you-
Professor.
Yeah. So first of all, you want to solve the problem is the potato surface is like a moon. Okay, it's concave and it's not a flat one. How to solve the problem? How to design a cutter hood which can peel the potato surface, the skin of the potato. That's a big problem. But this guy solved this problem. As you can see, this cutter here, this blade here is flexible. Okay, and then how to make people, how to let people use this potato peeler to cut, to peel the skin. Okay. So first of all, you have to fix the potato. So it's like spindle here, right? It's a spindle here, so you can spindle, you can fix on the top and then stabilize on the bottom. So this engineer, he's smart. He is very smart. He solved all of the problem here. So I say this is very good product. You can see somebody inside here, since you have to put more weight on it. Otherwise, you will not stabilize, right? So this kind of potato peeler, it can move even the carrot skin, and then what is this? Potato, even the pear, apple, even the orange skin. So this product is very, very smart design, but really not a good commodity. These are not commodities, okay? Since I really prefer to use this one, right? So that's why today's you learn what's product, what's commodities, and then what is a target market, and then what is statistic for questionnaire, for sampling, select sample. Okay, that's it. That's my today's lecture. Thank you so much.